Ladies and gents, welcome reaction. This is every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell. By the channel Bricky. Yes, the first channel I've watched about Warhammer video, I guess. It was a great introduction type of video. I liked it. So this is similar, but this is about all the Space Marine Legion. Yeah. I think, after watching a lot of lore videos about Warhammer, but it's all been, on the top of it, right? Like Imperium, then Eldar and Necrons, things like that. I still haven't watched that many specific chapter videos. Iron Fist, I think I watched the video from Template Institute, right? There was a video about Commander Dante, but yeah, that's it. Not much detail about Robert Gilman. I guess his recent thing. But yeah, every single chapter, this is going to be good. It's a 40-minute video, so I guess he's going to get somewhat detail about them. So yeah, let's do this one. Remember to like my reaction. Don't forget to like, subscribe, so I know which type of videos to react to more. I like Warhammer type of videos, Warhammer 40k, and I've did quite a few reactions on it. If you haven't seen it, check out the playlist I created for it. It's in the description, I guess, in the end card or whatever. Yeah, let's do it.
On the internet, the time has come. The reckoning begins. Ya boy got himself a shaker cup. After many months of shilling gamer subs like mad, my favorite thing to do, we have ourselves a goddamn shaker cup. It's here, the official Bricky waifu shaker cup. Do you see the gal on here? If it's not great at focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater, put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned, abs, obviously. Bikini, hit it. Legally distinct mark on the face, of course. She wants you to do the diddle thing, maybe, but most likely to serve in a glorious army. Legally distinct? I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now, and you should get it while it is hot. But if you're thinking, Bricky, what should I put in this? Well, how about my top 10 favorite gamer subs flavors from number 1 to number 10? All of them incredible, but listed regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This shaker cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well at checkout to get a discount on your order. A massive amount of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to gamer subs for sponsoring and for getting me this beautiful cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera, slow it down, throw some sexy music in there, and I'll see you guys soon. Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the walls of the most prodigious school in the Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class. God bless the Skull of Progenium. Many of you have come across my Every Faction Explained video. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we are here to dig a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. When people think 40k, they think Space Marines, but there are many types of Space Marines, formed from 20 separate legions. We are going to rattle them off in order and give you a quick rundown of each one. A disclaimer, like in my Every Faction Explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I say the Salamander's Legion specializes in children and petting puppies, they aren't exactly doing that, mostly.
It gives you the ballpark though.
I would like to pet this creature.
But you can infer that they care about civilians and are a bit kinder than the average Space Marine. A Space Marine being a genetically modified super soldier that's had 1 million new and terrifying organs shoved into them, refrigerators strapped to their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to as demigods instead. Each Space Marine has a father, unlike you, a Primarch, which is basically an even bigger Space Marine that was forged in a lab by the God Emperor of Mankind, that gigantic golden dude you see everywhere, who is both the leader and now the martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20 sons, built in a lab, who lead 20 legions of Space Marines, who are their sons, not from a lab, but rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup of their Primarch and, you know, their seed. So if Jagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really, really fast, then his sons, the Space Marines, also want to go really, really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have an excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now, with the easy explanation out of the way, let us begin with our first legion. We're knights of the round table, we dance when we're able. Dark Angels. Allegiance, loyal. Primarch Lion L. Johnson, a duelist, a knight, a real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor,
implied that.
The Dark Angels are our first legion, hailing from the death world known as Caliban. Their Primarch, Lion L. Johnson, is what happens when you try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few situations he isn't prepared for, and few fights he isn't ready to lead head on. This makes the Dark Angels have a very Knights of the Round Table vibe. They look like the Knights of old with these large suits of power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow this. They have like Ezekiel, Azrael, Belial, Samuel, and so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen? Never heard of any Fallen.
Really?
Do you know about the Fallen? We're gonna take you away and mind probe you to make sure you have never heard of the Fallen. They definitely don't exist, and if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist. They love their interrogations. They thrive in it.
So it's very, you know, like old style, Middle Ages type of mentality. I like Warhammer because of it. They take inspiration from certain things, certain time period, and just implement it completely in certain things. So this is more like swords, you know, a crusader type of mentality where they, you know, torture people for this and that, whatever, right? The Black Templar also kind of feels like that, the name. I don't know much about Black Templar, but I think they are a subcategory of Iron Fist. Iron Fist broke up, Rogaldon basically, and you know, one of the chapter is also Black Templars. They have a certain thing in them where they can basically, you know, call them back, right? And, you know, regroup or something. I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Lion L. Johnson is a scorched earth policy sometimes, and it's given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on the homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like, let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are a special group where they formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough phalanx. The Raven Wing, fast jet bikes and flyers. And the Green Wing, which is your standard Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather they have a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Our second legion is a special one.
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11.
The Emperor's Children. Allegiance, traitor.
I get it, because 2 legions, I mean, there's no detail of that. Out of 20, there are only 18 that are known of. I guess that was the case, right?
Fulgrim, a perfectionist, an artist, a sneaky snaky snake. And the single word descriptor, perfection. The Emperor's children are all about the pursuit of perfection. Perfection in all they do. Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every other aspect of life. Their armor is a gleaming pink, purple, and gold. Their ships have spires of gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection is the goal of all things. And I mean, look at him. Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect? The hair, the features. As Primarchs go, he is the one you
Look, man, here's the thing. Rare metals on Earth are not really rare in the world, right? In the universe. So I understand the, people's fascination with things like gold, diamond, right? On Earth. But once you go out in space, in universe, try to dominate that, gold is way too abundant. So I don't get it why Warhammer 40k has gold as a same mentality as it is on the Earth, right? Because gold would be too common, like iron. You can find that everywhere. So would be the diamonds. So I don't know why gold is put like, holy shit, that's gold. I guess only reason would be that was the case with Earth, where they expanded from in back their home. So I guess they're carrying over their same mentality, because everything's abundant. Like if everything's not rare, what you gonna do? I guess you just gonna keep the mentality that you had before. There you go, gold.
You look at, and if 40k had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had and never call you back, this is the fucking guy. Which is why this pursuit of decadence led them to the evils of chaos. Yes, Emperor's children are our first Chaos Legion, and not just a normal one. One devoted to...
Slaanesh?
You guessed it! Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, God of unspeakable excess. The Emperor's children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture and maim to feel perfection through pain. They screech and attack with sonic weaponry for perfection through sound. And they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war. Fulgrim himself lost the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and everything. In fact,
Slaanesh
they're
kind of,
such
yeah.
trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated and corrupted. If you've ever taken a little too much of a drug, or maybe the music at the concert was too loud and you didn't bring any earplugs, or whatever the reason, you just take all those things and you dial it, and you dial it, and you twist it, and the knob breaks. And that is the Emperor's children.
God is dead. God, we
I mean, corrupted by Slaanesh, you already know what they're going to be all about, right? Torture and all that shit.
means dead.
I know it
And
is.
we have killed him.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a warlord, a siege smith, an incel. Single word descriptor, siege. Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have the Iron Warriors led by Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though, one must first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more. Someone so laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why? Because he's competent. The Horus Heresy. We didn't talk about the Horus Heresy. Intermission. So Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? So the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a ton, and she loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And it kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me!
And then it started playing out a little bit more like this.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Yeah. So Iron Warriors, the Horus Heresy wouldn't have gotten shit done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire fact.
So I guess they are worse because they're actually competent, right? I remember that video from Australian, right? What is it called? Something, right? Major Kill. Yeah, Major Kill. Yeah, I remember the Robert Gilman video of that, and he's like, he's good because he's actually competent. He can actually do shit, right? So yeah, this is ridiculous. So this thing, yeah, this I guess corrupt side of them. They are actually competent. One thing I've learned for lots of different legions is most of them can't do shit because they are locked in their thing. I guess that happens when you have these like godlike abilities of things. You become incompetent, right? Because you're that good. You're like, oh, whatever. You just revolve around what you're good at. So yeah.
That's the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to trap and use as shock troops. The Iron Warriors are siege warfare incarnate. They are heavy weapons, they are tanks, they are turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperials, they hate Imperial fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby? No, I don't.
They are bitter incarnate. Perturabo and the Iron Warriors don't serve the Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Not another speeding ticket. They'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
The White Scars. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Jagatai Khan, a speed demon, a plane strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor, speed. Hailing from Chagoris. The White Scars are all about speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or land speeder. Or honestly, just running really damn fast. The White Scars are honestly forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat they engage in. They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as the Laughing Killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their face and a
Okay, I mean, kind of makes sense, right? They took this from Jagatai Khan, so Genghis Khan, basically like that. In that they were more of a horse riders, basically, right? Mongolians, they basically attack, surprise attack and run away, that kind of thing, right? So in this they are more on a bike rather than a horse. So yeah, it kind of fucking makes sense, like where the inspiration comes from. And it's great to see, like, yeah, they don't care about more recognition, but they just get the job done. They are more of speed demons, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. First time I saw that, like, holy shit, we are talking about wars, and they actually come with bike and attack from there. Damn. Then again, there is yeah. So then again, there are the Krieg, basically, right? They basically ride horses, so bike does not feel that far-fetched. But then again, if you compare people with Krieg, that's just Deathcore of Krieg, that's just going to be ridiculous already.
a chuckle in their throat. And as you can tell by their Primarch's name, they are Mongolian based. Remove horses and replace them with motorcycles and land spears, and that's your style. They are heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and consider this is 40k and everybody's evil. You know, that fits. The white scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagoris. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient. He is often underestimated because he doesn't scream his accomplishments from the rooftops, which is what makes him and the white scars dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only to be truly shown when the time is needed. The white scars are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on, and if you really like to stab people,
any good commander would tell anyone that fame does not mean a good thing, especially when it comes to battle and war. It just means people know you and know your shit. That's not a good thing. If you don't, you don't have fame or people don't know about you, right? That's when you're dangerous, because nobody can really predict you in any way.
the white scars for you. Shameless thirst break.
This is dog. Woof, woof,
Space
woof,
wolves.
woof, bitch.
The Space Wolves. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Leman Russ, a Viking, a savage, the Undertaker. Single word descriptor. Wolf, 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 wolf. There's so many goddamn wolf units. Skater, how many units in the Space Wolves Codex have the word wolf in their name? The Space Wolves are the 6th Legion and hail from Fenris, a frozen wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ.
Yeah, more Nordic style, like he said, right? Yeah, it makes sense. More Viking style things. Wolf, and yeah, makes sense. I mean, I like it. Whenever somebody takes inspiration from Viking element, wolf are the one that is associated with them, right? Even in the Elder Scrolls games, Skyrim is supposed to be more like that, Nordic type of area, right? So taking inspiration from Vikings and shit with the huts and halls and with the wolf type of wear and things.
I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they are. They are the second most obvious what their shtick is legion in the 20 legions besides the World Eaters. When you look at the Space Wolves behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations, you have found Vikings in space. But they have as much in common with a regular Marine as an old-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so you can't get drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human so they could get drunk. They have fangs in their mouths. They sometimes cannibalize their enemies. Sometimes they eat people because they gain knowledge about them from there and about battle plans. The Space Wolves are savages. They're raiders. They're Vikings. But despite all of this, they are loyal to their core. Leman Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales of his accomplishments everywhere they can. But at the same time, he was so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking backbreaker to show his devotion to wrestling. If you want Vikings in space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Like Donald Trump for Imperial face. Yeah. All right. Seriously, man. That the whole thing about this Vikings in space, the eating cannibalizing thing is just like, I'm like, what the fuck? That's kind of dark. But then I realized like how dark things are in Warhammer 40k, right? Then I remember that Eldar video, like how dark the Dark Eldars and things are. Like that doesn't, like cannibalism, it doesn't even come close to anything.
Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that
wall.
The Imperial Fists. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A builder, a phalanx, and he needs a hand. Single word descriptor, fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn, their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based chapter with their main source of recruitment coming from an enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The love to serve and the inability to be moved. Rogel Dorn is an architect, a master builder, and basically a rock in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates. Not the swords he makes, but like blunt, strong weapons. The Fists are the same. Take your archetypical American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and then throw in some power armor and a love for building defenses, and you have the Imperial.
Yeah, he's great at sieges, right? He creates fortification. I remember, even the Horus said it, like it would be nearly impossible for him to strategize if basically Dawn is the one who's defending a place, right?
Fists. They are immovable. When you find a spot, they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount. Without them, the Horus Heresy would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today. And let's not forget that Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are so bitter? These guys are the reason why.
Hey, guys, bring the thing!
What is this animation, man? Where is it from?
Going?
What?
Hey! Hey, that could have killed me! Hey, guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level-headed and got better jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am having a very bad day. This
Night Lord 8th Legion.
today is one of the worst days.
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. The Night Lords. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Conrad Kurz. A sadist, a vigilante, depresso espresso. Single word, fear. The Night Lords are my favorite legion, hailing from Nostromo and their Primarch, Conrad Kurz. They are a traitor legion from a planet known as the Sunless World, or the World of Endless Night. Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst gang violence, murder, and working conditions around. The only thing keeping the population in check is the suicide rate. The Night Lords followed in the footsteps of their Primarch, a man who believed in a twisted sense of justice and that the only way to make humans compliant is through fear. The Legion's lesson has been lost on them, as their ranks were repopulated by gang members, murderers, arsonists, torturers, and other words I can't say on YouTube, as young as 12 years old. Murderers before they were even teenagers, raised to become demigods.
Oh, this is really, I mean, it's already grim dark world, but even for that, this is like a grim dark area, right? This is more like a crime-based type of thing, right? We hear of this like a old, you know, I don't even know which thing, Victorian time of things, right? Where you see a city where crime rates are way too high, where, you know, the police can't do jack shit, right? It's just dark time, right? This kind of feels of that, which is great. I understand why it's his favorite one.
Gods. Now, fear is what they sow and flesh is what they reap. The Night Lords are scum. They are the exact opposite of all other legions. They torture and they maim and they flay because they think it's fun. They run away often so they can come back and kill you with more numbers. They prey on the innocent and the weak. They kill normal civilians because it's easy and flee any battle where they don't possess overwhelming odds. They are the
fuck morality. That's the point. Okay, I like this thing, man. Well, seriously, sometimes I think all these different chapters, like especially this one, like Dark Eldars basically do this all heinous shit because they have to. They have to keep slowness away. But these people do it because it's fun. They would deliberately kill civilians because it's easy, like obviously. So I guess no morality.
Antithesis of normal Space Marines. They are scum. One time, a world did not comply to their demands, so they raided one of their ships and brought it into atmosphere. The crowds cheered and clapped as it appears that they had won the battle. And the airlocks opened, and the skinned and flayed bodies of the crew were thrown down in the populace. In other words, a legion of gangers and criminals. Add together a heavy Slavic influence to them, and you've got my favorite faction.
You have not done the dishes.
Alright, damn, I'm not gonna lie, that's some dark shit right there, right? The whole crime-ridden, no morality, right? Basically all out bad. Oh, everybody's bad guy, but this is like your, how to say it more, trope of bad guys, right? These are the bad guys. They don't care, they're criminals. They would kill people just for fun, right? Do all this heinous shit just to make a point, like throw off dead bodies at people. Holy shit, I love it. So much complexity. You know what, people, I'll do the second part tomorrow. It's already 30-minute mark and this video is long. And yeah, I like this. I like this in a nutshell, right? So at least you can get feel of all these different legions, what they're about. Alright, I guess I'll see you next time.